This is your host, Rambunctious.
And your co-host, Tayamu Denku. Pick apart the passion. Pick apart the passion. Pick the passion. Pick apart the passion.
Pick Apart the Passion podcast. My name is Rambunctious. I got my man Tayamu Denku, and today we have one of the biggest rap legends you probably ever met. If you don't know who you're looking at right now, then you should probably drop your pen and put down the mic if you're an MC. You know what I'm saying? Because this is one of those. I suck at intros. I'm gonna be fucking real. But today we got somebody I'm a fucking huge fan of. I know Denku is too. Ras Kass. What up? Ras Kass is on the podcast, and I couldn't be happier, man. And so if I'm goofy right now, a little bit, it's okay. But let's get into it. Yeah, man.
How you been, bro?
Oh, we're good, man.
Good, man. Yeah. So you just dropped a single with the Four Horsemen, which is Cannabis, Killer, Priest, Corrupt. Also, you just dropped I Ain't Clearing Shit, which is like classic Ras Kass, like, yo, I'm gonna talk my shit, right?
Bar shit.
Yeah, dog. I love it. So first off, I just want to ask, I know why you named it that. Tell the people, why did you name it I Ain't Clearing Shit? Like, what was the attitude behind that, and what was the thought process, really? Not attitude necessarily, but
I was actually thinking of kind of giving a love letter to the culture, and I was just kind of thinking about, you know, the creation of hip hop, and it was made from nothing. You know, it was, you know, really those kids are pioneers. Essentially came out being 60s kids and 70s babies. You know, Reaganomics and shit, and no music classes, no instruments in schools, and those people had to adapt. So with no instruments, no music classes, they used the one thing that, you know, some people did have, which was that, you know, that stereo, you know, to play the records, you know, that the whole family had, and then the kid taking it, doing his bullshit to it. So, you know, our culture, even, you know, the food that our culture makes, whether you Dominican, Puerto Rican, Mexican, you know, whatever, Creole, that rice and beans come from Africa. You know what I'm saying? And so beans and rice, peas and rice, whatever the fuck you think nigga, that's African shit. And the ill shit is that we've sometimes given the least the scraps and made the tastiest shit out of the scraps. And that's kind of what hip hop was that, you know, we had made rock and roll, we made jazz, then they stripped us of the instruments, and then
blues, right?
Yeah, we made blues, we made it all. Like, you know, and that's just factual. And then they stripped us of even having those instruments in the school and getting access at that particular time. And it took, you know, behind every great man is even greater woman. Kool Herc's sister bought him that turntable. You know what I'm saying? So
didn't know that.
His older sister bought him the two turntables. He was young. He had no money. And, you know, it was dope that, you know, he figured out, I just like playing this part. And, you know, and that the loop, you know, playing the break back to back created the loop. The loop created the need for the host or the MC, and that blossomed into hip hop. And so, really, you know, I know I made a long story longer, but
no, make it long as you want, bro.
That was the attitude behind I'm Not Clearing Shit. Was fundamentally this shit was taking nothing and being creative with it. And then being fearless and using every sample, because you could take, you know, some people were Jamaican, some people were from Texas, some people were from Compton. So like it's a gumbo that we all could participate in, and literally you could take a jazz sample from the 60s and a rock sample from the 70s and a new wave synth from the 80s and spit on it, and that's your record, you know. And so our original records are samples. And what I noticed was that as a lot of our more successful artists got bigger, they didn't want to clear the samples. Of course, the labels got mad. They hated. They passed all these laws, and then couldn't sample without clearing the sample. And then even the niggas that could afford to clear the samples, started, cutting corners and being a little too, I think, too business where the creativity lacked, which is kind of where people have been trained into this new production style, which is trap. Now, I'm not against all trap records. Some are fire, but some of that shit sounds redundant because the limitations are the limitations. And so, whereas, when you're chopping and sampling, I could take whatever sound from whatever and expand on that melody or that guitar, that sitar, that piano or whatever. But if I only got, these regimented sounds, it just limits the art. And I didn't want that limitation. I decided that there were a couple of songs specifically I wanted to take a stab at on some pop shit. And I knew there's no way I was gonna ever clear it.
So fuck it, right?
And I might as well just knock out a couple of the things that specifically the Elvis shit. I've been wanting to take a crack at that record. And I always knew I wanted to use the Chuck D, Public Enemy, Elvis was a hero the most, never be shit to me, motherfucking man, John Wayne. So that record was already, I wanted to figure out how do you flip Jailhouse Rock? Like,
right.
You know what I mean? And I'd taken a couple of approaches before with different producers. We didn't hit the nail on it. And this time, I think, with my homeboy, Omen, nailed it.
So you tried that sample before. One of the first records, obviously the first record I hear when you put it on the CD was Chuck Berry. But immediately I was like, okay, this is one of the records I definitely want to talk about. And why you named it that, I know, but the people want to probably need an explanation. But so you tried this sample before and then just finally nailed it. That's the kind of thing I like breaking down, is like, how did this come about? And that's crazy to me.
Yeah, no, we tried at least twice before, just different times where I, with different producers, and they didn't really understand my vision, and it just didn't come out. And sometimes it'll make you give up on the idea.
Right, but you didn't. That's crazy.
It was just a bad execution. That we just didn't see it, and it finally came together. I was like, "That's it. This is how we approach it." And even then, like when he gave me just the foundation, and I'm lucky to have dope producers like. I knew the break beat. In my head, I heard it, that sample with that break beat. That was the loop. Just do this, whatever. And then we expanded on that, and I was able to have, he and other producers flesh the record out even more. There's Prince in that record.
Okay.
There's Let It Go Crazy. The back end of the verses is the Prince solo guitar shit.
Guitar, yeah, the end part of it, right?
It's all to like Black Rock. It's a love letter to Black Rock, Chuck Berry, because Elvis, historically stole the dance moves, the style of dress, and of course the whole music, and got all the credit, and stole the songs. Disenfranchised, his manager disenfranchised soul singers, and then would buy these songs for cheap after they told him it was trash, it wasn't shit. And then it was just kind of the Chad Boseman, his last movie that was on Mama, his last movie that Denzel put out is about that, being disenfranchised, and then those records become the hit records of pop America, and so I wanted to give Chuck Berry his just dues, and
his flowers, right? Like, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was
we had our homie Rec Riddles on last episode, and he actually has a song where he's talking about exactly the same thing. It's not even close to the same song. Y'all both did it brilliantly, but it's interesting to me that this is just now being brought up, or we've talked about it for years, but people don't pay attention. People are just now paying attention to this type of thing, but it's been a fucking crime for years. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, I'm sorry not to cut you off, but
no, good.
Where it's due, I was watching, so I don't know how it clicked up on my YouTube, whatever, but Niggas like Rod Stewart and Sting was on MTV saying the same things in the 80s.
Right.
Like, why don't you play these black people's videos when they made rock? So, it's a lot of brothers that's in on the struggle. So salute to them, but it's just, how ignorant are we gonna be? Just like, we're willfully ignorant to hip hop in America because everybody's trained to suck trap dick. It's part of our responsibility too to stay true to the culture.
Absolutely. Let's get into this record, man. I love this record myself, man. When it started off the album, I was like, oh, here we go, baby. Some good, you know what I'm saying? I was hyped. I was sitting in my car smoking whatever, just chilling. And so let's get into it, man. It's Chuck Berry, Ras Kass.
I don't give a fuck about it. Yeah. Fuck it. I'm 9/11's fireman, riding a Leviathan. OC gave me the vitamins, I'm mainlining nitrogen. I chase paper like blindfolded, trying to whack a pinata. Then bada book, bada boom. Got naked bitches vacuum sealing units inside my hotel room. A goon, bury me in Pharaoh's tomb, holding it still beating hard inside the temple of doom, nigga. I got it out the mud like the head say. Middle class nigga, it was more like red clay. Either way, I'm about to bag like hefty. Zone, I sell arts and crafts like Etsy. Ass twins go oriented like Gretzky. Nice with the hands, the footwork like Messi. Let's see, I spit deadly on the best beats. So sharing DJ needles catch Hep C. Chuck Berry. Fuck Elvis. Chuck Berry. Chuck Berry. Weak niggas taught them, so feds caught them. Turn your blue suede shoes to red bottoms. Red dot 'em, lead shot in the head got 'em. I would never sell my soul, but the bread bought 'em. That's some whole shit, I'm on my whole tap. Keep Egyptian mummy buried on my Rolex. Who let the fake man with snake skin in? Imitate black culture, but hate black skin. Claim my hip don't hop, then plagiarize it with a white face and call it pop. Make it stop. The Grammy so whack, BET Hip Hop Awards don't nominate no rap. Rock and roll like the trap spot got hot. Migos cooking dope up in the crock pot. Skills matter, we should celebrate our legends. I'm Hendrix in a headband doing these head spins. Chuck Berry. Fuck Elvis. Chuck Berry. Chuck Berry. Fuck Elvis. Rock and roll, nigga.
Yeah.
They used to call it nigger music, nigga. Fuck y'all. We made all this.
Man, that track is so fire. Who did the cut? Same producer then?
Oh no. My man Indigenous and two DJs did it. So Indigenous and my man EF Cutting from Louisiana.
Okay, shout out to them, yo. So why two DJs? That's a little rare, or at least I haven't heard of that much.
You know what? It's kind of ill, like, and because I kind of feel like Digi's one of them technical, real DMC like tricks, and
Yeah.
Like, I feel like EF is rhythmic, so there's taking a swag, I guess. If that does make sense.
Yeah, you just married the two
together. Like, I like them both to do takes. Kind of put them together.
Do they know that? Do they know that? That's interesting.
I mean, I credit both of them. I always do.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I think it's dope. I don't think I've ever heard of two DJs doing the cuts within a 8-bar hook or something. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm an asshole. I just hear things the way I have to utilize different people to get the result I want.
Hey man, that just signified everything of why I fuck with you. I'm an asshole. Fuck it. It's what it is. I love it, man. Let me ask you, what's your favorite track off this album?
Shit.
Did I put you on the spot?
Yeah, because I'm not looking in front of I don't see the track list in front of me. There there's a couple of things that stand out, but I can't even remember what fucking songs they are. I think it would be Chuck Berry, definitely.
Yeah.
Just it has there's something personal about it.
Mm-hmm.
There's something else on there. I'd have to
Well, we got okay. Let me. How about this? I'll read you the tracks that we kind of picked. How about that? The ones we kind of picked, and you let me know which. We got Chuck Berry, Culture Vulture, with Master Ace, which is fucking fire. Level Up, 5 Mics, and then the Drake Laugh Now chop.
The Drake Now is fun. It's just really lighthearted. But I would say 5 Mics.
Okay, and that's my shit.
I thought that beat, was crazy. That is really, honestly, I didn't do much. Like, I feel like I didn't do shit on the Drake shit, and I didn't do shit on 5 Mics.
But when you say you didn't do shit, what do you mean? Like,
beats is just dope.
You just wrote it how you needed to write it, right?
Yeah, like I had to fit into a pocket. It's more about songwriting than like killing the mic.
Well, talk about that. Elaborate on that if you can, because this is kind of the thing that we like to get into is like, how did you make that track? So when you say you kind of take the pop or what do you say? You kind of take the songwriting approach. Talk to these MCs and make them understand what that means, because I understand it. You feel me?
Yeah, for sure. So there was a time where, because I come from battle rapping, I come from, ciphers and shit, I'm used to kind of the KRS-One approach. Like, I don't give a fuck about what the beats sound like. I'm about to just shit.
You're murdered.
But I always could write songs, ironically, because I always had a story I wanted to tell, which was my story, my life.
Mm-hmm.
So even though I didn't realize that even on Solo Nights, I was telling these narratives and I was telling stories. And so they didn't have to tongue twist and style up. I still try to write them lyrically to be, like similes, metaphors. Like I tried to make sure those were even in the stories too. I think Biggie was amazing at it. Kool G Rap is certain niggas. Nas, it just really vivid. Scarface, it's certain niggas that's just these vivid storytelling MCs.
You just named them all.
Yeah, Ice Cube too. You can say.
Yeah.
At some point, for the sake of the record, you got to let the record tell you what to do, and especially when you're getting, if you got really good production, sometimes you could just add too much, and then you kind of lose. The best songs are when there's a perfect cohesion between the lyrics and the music, and it's like this shit was meant to be, and that's what we're always trying to, at least me and I know other artists, that's the goal every song, to create the perfect fusion between you and this music to tell whatever story, whether it's some gangster shit, but like Grinding is one of them songs where everything came together by the clips. It's just the rap sound, how the beats sound, and sound like they grinding, and sound like you should sell a lot of cocaine to it. Just like, so, when niggas pull it off, you get it. Dear Mama, Tupac,
absolutely, perfect
Biggie,
one.
Lot of kick in the door, waving the phone with your heartbeat. You know what I'm saying?
Even Niggas Bleed. Niggas Bleed is a perfect example of that to me.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
yeah. So that's that fusion. It doesn't matter what kind of song you write. It just matters that you become one with the song and let the track tell you what to do. And I felt like with those two particular records, it wasn't me having to bar up. I had to make sure I didn't over or underdo what needed to be done on that record. Still be dope. But whereas almost, honestly, sometimes Biggie does that and did that. And I think Jay learned how to do that. Where it almost seems like easy, like I could do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like it wasn't much thought, but it's actually less is more. Dre used to tell us, and it's me specifically when I would be over there a lot. He used to say, like,
you're saying Dr. Dre, to clarify.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
There's some people that don't know hip hop. We gotta clarify,
Oh, yeah. No, I'm blessed enough to, have him take the opportunity sometimes to give me advice, and he'd be like, "You said some dope shit, but I don't know. You think you should let it breathe, right?
Quote unquote, dumb it down a little bit, or
No, just let the word like lots of syllables.
Oh, like just
Like-
wait a sec. Just let it breathe. Like hold up for a
Let
minute.
the track breathe. Like maybe that's enough. Stop for let a little 2 count come in, then come back because niggas ain't even caught what you just said.
Mhm.
Just fucked them up for
Mhm.
5 bars and some shit. You know what I'm saying? You styled
Mhm.
up, double timed on them. You said some complicated history shit, and you done
Yeah.
went in the house. Like sometimes
These niggas ain't ready for this shit. Sometimes Ras, I mean, come on.
but it's good for the song. It puts a period and an exclamation point and a question mark and you know, and it creates a ebb and a flow to your delivery. And so that was something that I felt like initially Dre made me aware of back day. And it's kind of fun to make sure you like to let the track tell you what to do. So I felt like with 5 Mics, I had a whole nother verse written, but it's just too much. It just wasn't the right shit to make it dope. It would have crowded the record, and in the end, it would have been too much. Like it was too long. The song needed to be a certain length, so it had playback value. You know what I mean?
Is that something Dre teaches you? Is that like everybody that works with Dre has a story of how he teaches them something. That's just a fact, right?
I feel like he taught me how not to be afraid to leave some space in the verse. Like let it breathe. That's what he taught me. I'm studied, you know, I study everyone. I just understand that I'm smart and niggas is kind of dumb. And they I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'm gonna say what I think. Niggas
please do.
No, for real. I'm talking about history.
I'm saying please do.
Yeah. So, you know, no disrespect. I'm just like, I know my niggas is dumb. I grew up with, but a lot of my friends is just dumb niggas, bro. And so to communicate with my niggas, I gotta like let it breathe. Like, I know they like, what do you mean on the contrary? What the fuck did contrary mean?
Right.
Like, all contrary means on the other hand. Oh, I got it, homie. Right. Niggas, you know what I mean? So for me, it was just, it made more sense to with those records. I just felt like it. I have learned myself that you know, first of all, we used to have 3 verse songs, and then 50 showed how he literally kind of was the first one that called it.
Yo, I never thought of that, but 50 really was.
He called it. Niggas is they ain't got enough attention span for 3 verses no more. You do 2 verses and pop some shit and do a little cadence for 8 bars and then go back into the chorus.
Little bridge or something, right?
We really add about 2 verses and get the fuck out. Really, we add a verse and a hook.
What do you prefer?
I prefer to write the record the way the record needs to be written. I'm still writing songs that could be fucking, you know, 220s, 232s. I don't care if that's what it needs for me to complete my thought. Depends on the record. Every record is different. Now, like I said, with 5 Mics, I felt like that track was fire. And any more would be overkill. Like, make the shit dope enough that niggas can enjoy it and be like, yo, I wouldn't mind hearing that one more time. That shit got fire or whatever. Me personally, I feel like Mando is one of my favorite records.
Yeah, I like that one too. Yeah. I wish we could have played the whole record, bro. I'm just gonna say that.
No, just that one. I mean, lyrically, if you're talking about saying some shit, I just feel like it's, first of all, it's the Mandalorian theme song from fucking Disney.
Oh, I didn't catch that. I'm not into Star Wars like that. Good shit.
I'm gonna say, you know, that's some nerd shit for people that fuck with, you know, Star Wars like I do. You know what I'm saying? Like there's certain things, you know, Wu-Tang had the karate movies. I've been fucking with Marvel shit. I've been having reference, you know, those kind of from day one. So, you know, and it wasn't me trying to be fake. It's just what I'm into. Some niggas got big sports references. I'm not a big dude. I'm not a big football, basketball nigga, so I don't have a lot of those kind of references.
Yeah, bars saying that actually, which is hilarious to me. Yeah, bars saying like I'm not that football, basketball nigga. I don't got with gangsters, nigga. Like I love those bars, by the way. I do. You know what I'm saying? You know. Let's get into 5 Mics right quick, man. Let's get that rolling.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. 5 mics, Ras Kass.
Mics for the ones I didn't get in the source. Still top 5 dead or alive when he's spitting the verse. Dickin' a nurse named Amber when she getting alert. My baby's missing down her throat, then she spitting a purse. A 5 mics, Tyson, black socks and shorts. Knock him out the box like flipping a hearse. Dick in the dirt, a 5 mics. Jordan, before the crime meme. Ain't no iron team, but it's a couple eyes in the Lion King. I am he, and he is I. Cause you can't spell deity without the word die. Fuck your life, nigga. Hip hop classic, 5 mics, nigga. Jackson Thriller before the black and white, nigga. Mike, call me Mickey. The brand expand like Disney Plus. The lineup crispy, give me more M's. Bet bread, bitch, I'm on your head, bitch. I'm Mike Vick, human dog fight, you dead, bitch. Mike's for the ones I didn't get in the source. I'm still top 5 that are alive, spitting the verse. Mike's for the ones I didn't get in the source. I'm still top 5 that are alive, spitting the verse. Me and your mom high five doing sexual intercourse. 2-time hip hop quotable shit up in the source. Phelps, Rappaport, Killer Mike Myers, Urban Bay, Michael Moore, Mikes, B. Jordan, J. Fox, Clark Duncan, K. Williams, Jai White. Let me stop him.
Man.
Fire, man.
I mean,
fire. So the 5 mics I didn't get in the source. I know every MC gonna feel a way about that, but like, in all honesty, I'm gonna get to this because of this reason. Soul on Ice is like 6 mics to me, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Did it get 4.5? Is that right?
I got by the time it came out, they gave me 3.5. I didn't get 4.5.
Oh my God, I didn't remember that. That's even more of a tragedy, and I'm pissed the fuck off now.
Initially, they were about to give me 6 because the album would have came out a year before, and I was about to. Like, so I thought at least I'd get like a 4 point something.
Is that something that fucks with you as an MC?
Nah.
It's just a bar.
Because I knew what was supposed to happen. I knew the politics that shifted within that time period.
Oh, wait. Talk about that. What are the politics that shift in that time period where you get 3.5? You feel me?
That Benzino came in. I understood that my album was already, and I basically about 9 to 10 months old. They had heard Nature of the Threat, They had heard all the songs. So now they're like, you know, it's kind of like they wanted some other fucking re-impress us shit. I'm like, bro, this is the album that it was. And, you know, like, I had to finish the album and for them it was old. So it was kind of fucked up, you know, to judge it. Yeah, but yeah, no, I mean, of course, at the time I was just like, really? Like, I don't, it's not 3.5 mics, but you know,
no, it's a 5 mic album.
And it was a New York, you know, it was a New York magazine.
Right.
That didn't owe me any favors.
And at the time, that's a different thing. You don't get this much respect as a West Coast MC back then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know that's plain as day, but I got, you know.
There's an ego war. There's a, you know, New York made it, you know, and you know, and this is always, our business is still a groupie business, you know, who's hot. You know, unfortunately, this is a corny, you know, it's still part of the music industry. The music industry is corny and reactive now.
That's a very key. Listen to that, people. So you talked about Soul on Ice, Nature of the Threat. Man, I just wanted to say this at some point during this podcast. Nature of the Threat is one of the illest songs I've ever heard in my entire life. Conceptual, whatever wise, you put it against any song to me. I've recently listened to it like over and fucking over because, you know, I'm older. I'm 43. There's gaps. To where back then, I remember the day this dude came to me and he's like, "Yo, you heard this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I know Ras Kass." You know, he's like, "But you heard this?" And I'm like, "No." So he played it. Bro, me and my dude sat there and drank a fucking 40 and listened to that motherfucker 5 or 6 times. You feel me? And to this day, I listen to it and I think to myself, what is the brain behind the way you said everything? It's not what you said, because what you said is obviously what it is. But like, how did the lyrics come about in the way you said it? You know what I mean? Like gymnasiums, short for les. I mean, like where lesbian. I mean, the whole concept. Just talk about that track is all I'm saying. I'm probably asking it fucked up. But yeah.
No, man. You know, that record is just it's a for me record. I just wrote it for myself.
Okay.
I was already getting knowledge of self. My friend at the time, who would eventually, you know, become Terrence X from the Carson Mosque.
Okay.
Like, you know, we were already studying, you know, getting some degree of knowledge of self by like the 10th grade, 11th grade.
Wow. Okay.
He stepped in, I didn't. I was already researching. I was already buying books outside of that. I was already taking college courses. So for me, I knew I had all this information, but it was just random bits of information. It's almost like trivia shit. So 1492, this happened. 1776,
right.
210 BC. That I'm like, you get all these dates, but I didn't understand, and I needed to understand how. You know, this is the planet is a jigsaw puzzle. I need to know what happened to make
chronologically.
Why this happened right chronologically. So that's all I did. I just wrote it as a thesis paper. So I took literally the approach of a thesis paper. I stated my thesis at the beginning. Let freedom begin with a buckshot, but not but not just yet. First, we need to truly understand the nature Thesis. And then I went to explain chronologically why. So let's, you know, starting with, you know, historically, where we even get the creation of so-called races. If there's just one humanity that leaves Africa and then evolves, when do we get white skin? When do we get blue eyes? When do we get blonde hair? When do we get Asians? When do we get Arabs? So for me, that was what it was about. So I wrote it. It was pretty easy because I had all the research. I went to college and took my, you know, like, I would take like 2 or 3 history classes or, you know, anthropology classes anyway, and I graduated at 16. So that whole...
Wow. You graduated from high school at 16?
Yeah.
Is that attributed to your, I think one of your parents is a teacher, is that correct?
No.
No. Okay, I missed that. Okay, then I did but your pops was a police officer, right?
Officer. My mom was...
I know that.
Just smart lady, you know, whatever.
Okay.
It's really my grandmother. She changed my baptism record, and back then everything was paperwork. And then from there, she changed the birth certificate and got me in school early, and then I got skipped.
Oh wow, okay, that's rare. That's dope though.
She was me out the house because I just wanted to get out of the house. Everybody else was outside, and I wanted to go out.
Yeah.
I'm loud. She trying to watch her Days of Our Lives and all that shit.
Yeah, Jeopardy and all that, right?
It's got me out. And plus, you know, I got older sisters, so they were teaching me. I was their toy. They would come home and teach me everything they learned. So, you know, by the time I'm 4, I'm probably reading, you know, 3rd grade level. So, I mean, it was cool.
Wow. That explains the lyricism, my dude. Like, for real. Like, goddamn. You said that? No. I would go ahead and say what you were saying. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, like, the song is really just that. It was just me trying to write a chronological understanding of where racism, where the divergence, where does that even happen? How do you get racism if you don't get no white people? So, like, where the fuck did they come from, and how did they get us to this point?
Right.
Where we're at was for me. And so, and I was learning that in school, like taking the cultural anthropology and physical anthropology and reading, you know, these so-called Black historians. They're not. It's just some tell the truth, and you don't go to school and learn the truth. So you have to go to college and take the specific courses to learn that truth. So I don't believe in Black history. I just believe in truth.
The history is just the truth.
Yeah, history is just history. Is what it is.
Right.
Facts. Ain't no 100%. Color on it. So
100%.
I wanted to learn those facts, and then I just put them out. So yeah, that was it, man. I just and honestly, once I sat and I basically had footnotes with every encyclopedia and all, like I did, because we had them at the house. I had Encyclopedia Britannica. So I just had footnotes and I could just go back and forth. And then I just wrote it based on my footnotes. So the writing it was the easy part. That probably took about 4 hours or something, just because I already had it marked out like A, B, C, D. Then I got to go back.
So you're sitting there with notes, like literally looking at the notes.
Just going through like 25 books and just going through on the floor, picking them out. Like, oh, now I got to talk about this part, so I can go grab it.
Bro, you talking about this like it's simple, but a lot of MCs don't do this, man. Like, I do shit like that myself. I do. But
a lot of MCs, and there are some amazing human beings and some amazing MCs, but a lot of what we call genius is stupidity and ignorance. So a lot of these niggas dumb, bro. I'm dumb.
You're not lying.
I'm dumb, but I'm dumb in my life, and I'm dumb in relationships. I'm just not dumb.
I feel you, bro. I feel you.
I'm saying, like,
Word.
Yeah. Let's get into I'm sorry.
Real quick, since we're talking about this a little off track, so one of my favorite joints that you ever did actually was a collaboration, because the bars are so tight on the whole joint. And I talked to you about this in person one time. And when I first heard it, I played it repeat. I still bump it in the ride right now. That joint Riot with Chino. Yeah. So did y'all? So real quick, did y'all write that shit together?
Oh yeah, bar for bar.
Word, like y'all were in the studio writing it.
In the studio, bar for, like, literally, like, as you hear that song is how we were writing it back to back in the booth. Like, I mean, not in the booth, in the studio. Like, he said a part, and I was like, all right.
Yeah.
And then
love that shit.
He was like, oh shit. Cause I didn't know him like that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Y'all cooler now, then?
That's my brother, but
but at the time.
At the time, I didn't know. I knew of him. I thought he was dope, but I didn't know him like that. Rick Rubin, we would have been label mates. Rick Rubin wanted to sign me also. And when I chose Rick Rubin asked me.
Wait. You gotta elaborate. You gotta elaborate on that, dog. Rick Rubin was gonna sign Def Jam?
Rick Rubin had left Def Jam. Rick Rubin started American.
Why didn't that happen?
I picked Priority. Russell, they took me, Chris Lottie, rest in peace.
Yeah.
Too. I could have signed a Def Jam. I could have signed. I had a bid more. I had about 4 labels.
Okay. Oh man, you over some Rick Rubin beats, man.
I know, right? I did. I chose Priority. Probably did the wrong thing for the right reason, but Rick personally asked me to do a song with Chino, who he had signed as artist. So of course, because Rick Rubin used to pick me up, bro, like from my house in a fucking Rolls Royce. So just imagine some 16, 17-year-old black kid getting picked up by this fat Santa Claus white guy.
And that's Watts?
Very weird.
And that's in Watts? He's pulling up in Watts?
No,
in Carson. Was that Carson?
I'm in Carson.
Carson. Okay.
It looked weird. In retrospect, neighbors like, what is this dude doing? Like, it looked great for you, probably. He's such a cool dude, man. He used to play me dope ass like demos, Beastie Boys, LL Cool J shit that never came out, Run DMC shit. Like,
wow.
So he invested in time and rapport with me, man. He was a really cool dude. And then when I opted out, he asked me to do the song with Chino. I took Chino light, man. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, man, whatever. And that motherfucker
got busy.
Yeah, man, but I'm saying
one of my favorite sessions, just because, that's why it taught me never to take nothing lightly, because everybody is, we all here because we deserve to be here. And we were sweating it out. I remember like going at it, and it made the record a memorable record. We could never do that record again because of how cocky we were and hungry and like, I don't know this thing and fuck this thing. I think we like each other too much now. Like we did a record recently.
Right.
like he's acting a donkey, and I'm having like more. I mean, everybody kills it, but it's not that kind of intensity. Because that was some like I'm a body this dude just because I'm a body him.
Yeah,
because I don't know him and I don't care. Now
y'all was playing tennis. Y'all was back and forth.
Bro, we
you know
really were.
And that's the dope thing about that record is like, so like, I mean, I'll go ahead and say it. Like Chino and Ram knows, Chino's probably like one of my favorite MCs, right? But but that track, I think, was the first time, and maybe it might still be one of the only times that I heard
so they murdered him.
where he did, where like it was equal to me. It was equal to me.
Yeah, I think I felt like we could both walk away like nobody got dusted. Like I felt like, you know. And,
I'm playing around, but yeah.
No, we got busy and you know, since then we became brothers. It's certain MCs like I have love for that I don't even. Rest in peace, Sean P. He used to be like, I remember he used to be like, "Fuck out of here." Like he said it in a freestyle once. He was like, "I don't do songs with Ras Kass. I do songs with whack rappers for fast cash."
Right. But y'all were cool then, and that was just a joke. That was a joke, right?
Brother, but he wasn't joking. He really meant it. He was like, "I'm not rapping. I'm not rapping with Royce 5'9". No more." He was like, "Fuck out of here."
It sounds like Sean P.
Like, Sean, my friend, bro. He's like, "Nah, fuck out of here. I'm not rapping with y'all on no song." And I was like, I don't even like. I don't go at, you know. These are people I really genuinely love. I'm like, Sean, I've never tried to, like. I got like 5 songs with Royce, and I literally would lay the verses and send them to Royce. Right. And I know he's nasty, but it's just I like the guy too much to even try to go at like it's that, which is crazy. Which put on the shark fin, but with certain people I just don't have a shark fin. I'm like, man, I like this nigga. Like, Sean really like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not rapping with you. I'm not coming to third place no more. I'm like, Sean, what does that mean, my nigga? I was like, I don't even go. I'm like, I don't. And then I tried to threaten him. It was hilarious. I tried to threaten him. I told him, so, what if I sell a lot of records, man? If I go double platinum, you're going to want to do a song with me. I'll make you out. And I'm not going to do no song with you.
And he said, nah, fuck that up.
I don't care. I'll be underground. I was like, God damn, I can't win with this guy. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
I'm sorry, man. That shit is funny as hell. Bless Sean P. Family rest. That shit is.
and then he went and did 2 songs for me. As soon as I said it 2 different beats, like pick one, and he did both of them. So
that's you know what? What?
Did a freestyle and did refuse me for a week or 2. Said he was
damn.
Yeah. Hey,
that nigga was the realest, yo, for real. Yo, man, so let's get into Culture Vulture, man. Let's with Master Ace. How long you know Master Ace, man? That's since Born to Roll back then, man. I grew up on the West Coast, obviously, you know that. So I mean, that shit was banging out there. You know that.
Yeah, of course. But I've known of Master Ace as a fan since fucking, the first album.
Well, of course, yeah.
The Music Man and all that. I didn't really get to meet Master Ace until fairly recently, within the past.
Oh, really?
10 years, 12 years.
Oh, okay.
Time. It's been in the 2000s when I even got a chance to, I'd seen even when he was out here, when he had, Maniac, Dum Dums, Buster Scientific. I didn't know him, so it's just been a pleasure to be a fan, to on our own terms get to develop a rapport with him. And
how did that happen? Like, how did y'all connect?
I think the first time I met Ace and really had a conversation was at what's the brother's name? People be mad at him a lot, but I like him. Actor, white kid, Jewish. He be getting in trouble sometimes for talking
Jonah
shit.
Hill?
No.
Oh, okay.
Hip-hop shit. Well, he did the Tribe Called Quest documentary.
Oh man. Why can't I think of his name?
Oh man, I know who you talking about too.
And I can't think of his name either.
Same vein of actors as Jonah Hill though. He has the weird laugh. I'll probably get in trouble for this, but right, like
yeah.
Who the fuck is that?
The homie name. But I like him.
They gonna know who we talking about.
I know, get mad at him sometimes, but I think his heart's in the right place. I fuck with him anyway.
Hip hop head dude, right?
Yeah, super hip hop head. Michael Rappaport, that's his name.
Okay, Mike. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So Rappaport did his debut the Tribe Called Quest documentary. It was just a private screening or whatever.
Yep.
Like VIP screening in LA. And I think that's the first time I ever actually got to really, really chop it up with Ace. And you know, so whatever year that was, 2011 or something.
Yeah, I don't remember, but that was an incredible documentary, by the way, too.
Yeah, he killed it. He crushed that documentary.
Yeah,
so
man.
That was my first time really, I think, having a expanded beyond, salute, peace, nice to meet you. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So
y'all was fans of each other and just say, yo, let's do some shit. Is that?
Yeah. I asked, I reached out and just asked, and he was a courteous and a stand-up dude and got it done for me. I'm really grateful.
Yeah.
And we made something dope, man. And then the other part is when because he's not obligated, but and sometimes people just can't do it. They're busy, and to even ask like, yo, I'd love to shoot this video. Super. So, I'm doubly in debt to Ace for just being a super stand-up dude, because we don't have a major record label budgets. I can't wait to, I hope hip hop can at least get some, just some decent budgets, because it'd be great to grease the wheels for, we're kind of like the peripheral of everything, trying to make shit work. And it's hard because money talks, bullshit does walk. You know what I mean? And they're trying to like starve us out so that we don't exist. The only thing that does exist is the bullshit. And so, especially when people take that kind of step, with me, I'm very grateful. I appreciate what it did. He didn't have to do it, and if he didn't do it, I wouldn't be mad about it. To be perfectly honest,
right,
obligated, to do nothing.
Yeah. Well, shit, man. Let's get into it. Let's get into let's get into it.
Culture Vulture,
sorry.
Ras
Culture
Kass.
Vulture dot.
Culture dot vulture dot. Yep.
Yes. Sorry about that.
Ask you guys for upcoming artists, that there's so many artists out there. Give us some tips of how you guys stay true and have been able to hone your craft and be as dope as you are.
It's easy. Don't be a fuck nigga.
I like how it's going down.
Don't believe in yourself as a fuck nigga. Don't believe yourself as a fuck nigga.
Pick an avenue, run around with a savage crew. Thinking to yourself, ain't nobody as bad as you. But the truth is, you don't know what the booth is. I feel for you, Shaka Khan. You don't know where the roof is. You don't get it, the heights you reaching are astronomic. All the way up to a loop-de-loop till you have to vomit. Past your comment, your Twitter rant is a bit of chant. Doing things in our live, these average spitters can't. You hard-pressed to get a stamp of approval. I shall proceed if I get a chance to remove you. Sayonara, I got a flow you can try and borrow. Can't perfect it, you get rejected and die in horror. You can cry tomorrow, but today is ours. We trying to rise, we colonize like invading powers. You can say the towers will never be twins again. I run this town, the B-side ever wins again.
Some say the 90s shit is better than the new shit. I just love good music. Do it for the culture. Do it for the culture. Classic hip-hop, it will always be my favorite. Boom bap, go and tell the DJ play it. Do it for the culture. Do it for the culture.
I am unforgettable, uncut lyrical, unfuckwittable, line for line, unparalleled. When I pole vault, spit at you. So any top 50 list of critic do, pitiful. Niggas ridicule greatness when you alive, they worship your images when you die. Hypocritical, as a Roman wearing a cross. I do it for my tribe, even if I took a loss. Real hip-hop heads worldwide. I'm currently serving till Galactus arrive. No rapper survive. I love vodka and vaginas, cause that is the vibe. The code created by your environment, homegrown. The full circle above the feast on dying bones. Do you You explored our style, still our sound, and say the N-word when you think niggas ain't around. R&B soul singers got replaced with boy bands. Black female singers got Aguilera and Spears. I watch Super Bowl and Post Malone selling beers, but his black counterparts made hits for more years.
Some say the 90s shit is better than the new shit. I just love good music. Do it for the culture. Do it for the culture. Classic hip hop, it will always be my favorite. Boom bap, go and tell the DJ play it. Do it for the culture. Do it for the culture.
Do it for the culture. Master Ace. Sap on the vocals. Ras Kass. High tech on the banger. Yo, Tech, watch me gangsta baby shark. Do it for the culture. Yeah, do it for the culture.
Gangsta Baby Shark, huh? I love it. That shit is hilarious.
I thought for sure High Tech was gonna mute that when he heard it.
Yo, High Tech's an incredible producer. How do you come across High Tech? Is that through Kweli? How's that?
Yeah. I mean, I've known Tech for through Qua and
okay.
Yeah, through Qua. Since their first album. So.
Yeah. I mean, that's just he's one of my favorite producers in history. I just had to ask at least.
I had a High Tech record on my third album. It just didn't come out.
Yeah. Oh, it didn't come out.
Yeah, nah, because that album. I mean, it probably got bootleg, but the album didn't come out. The Van
Gogh.
I
see what you're saying.
The Van Gogh record, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Man, did you ever I mean, you sound really good over High Tech production. You ever consider doing like a side EP with just High Tech?
Man, I'm always open for any of that type of cool stuff. So, if Tech wants to do something cool like that, I'm with it, man.
Well, hopefully we just planted the seed. You should hit him up and do that shit. You feel me? We also got Level Up is another one. We're gonna get into 5 mics.
Yeah. We did the 5 mics.
Oh, we did 5 mics. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Level Up then is the next one we were talking about, right?
Yeah. I mean, as long as Raz has time, I know he said he's in the studio. I mean, if you ain't got the time, then maybe we could just go over the 4 Horsemen and join them. It's kind of up to you. If you
go over the 4 Horsemen because I do.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that'll be the last song. Can I get like 2 more questions right after that?
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, no worries.
Let's get into this one. 4 Horsemen joint with Ras Kass, Cannabis, Killer Priest, Corrupt.
Apocalypse Now.
Fuck else we gotta say in this motherfucker. Let's go.
I mean, we gotta say I can't wait for the full record. That's what we got.
I mean, of course, but I'm saying let's go. I'm excited about this joint. It's my shit.
Yeah.
I'm not signing any papers, and I know how much money I'm
Yeah. Apocalypse Now, niggas. Black Steel. You know what we do. Not now, but right. The fuck?
Angels, aliens, and agents, prophets, politicians, detectives, demons, and devils. The ghetto as the night settles over the earth, like Mother Nature's afterbirth. Past alert, the massive curse. 4 plagues with Horus in their head. Rigor mortis to spread. Enough said, we came for all of the dead. He that sat on the red horse, cough, which lift up the whole eastern seaport of New York, and crashing upon the La Seneca sidewalk, which put the Beverly Center in the center of 34th. The Pell Horse talk, a dirty cloth. Rappers, this y'all's disaster. No laughter after the gun clappers get spun faster. The twister, my finger has blisters from gripping the steel like strippers. Come fuck with us, catch the claps. Horseman Nation, it's a rap, so know what you facing. Get slapped, it's Jason. Thursday the 13th, the stable is packed. Lyrics like that, put your body on the ice pack.
Dirty dick nigga. Pandemic, no fans, no gimmicks.
I'm taking no prisoners, it's going down. We run this shit, we run this town. All you can see when you look over
responsible young Clint. See, I came from the east, from the west, would you want trouble? If you knew the 4-double was in pocket, in my pocket, pop kick. Gauge tactics, enrage that shit. Like fuck this nigga and his bitch. This is just mongrel ride music. I'ma die music, homicide music. Helpful if you use it. Crocodile lurking, sex tech jerking, let test skirting, hurting. Finish your business or give me a minute, and then I'ma send in a platoon. Baboons in the spitting, harpoon ammo, hump like camels. It's all by the water, finna spit Roman candles. Now die if you wanna, live if you gonna. Try and get done up, nigga, cause I'm one up. I'm the motherfucking headless horseman, my nigga. Famine to the massive, I'm a hurricane spastic. That means I go spasmatic. Monsoon, without a doubt, I clear out this whole fucking room, nigga.
Acts like a man of thought, but thinks like a man of action. Stand up, guy digging in for traction. Double tap raps, they packing. Molly pack fast and tight around a nigga back. He's strapped in. You wanna know his name, you wanna know who asking. By the time you niggas sell out, he cast in. Endangered, the ghetto famous, but aimless. Homeless on the nature preserve, paying rent. There's 5 unidentified bodies in a freaking porta potty stashed there by the mafia posse. The one on the bottom said get off me. The 3 above, the one on the bottom says you can't get out of this. The one on the top is silent. Then all of a sudden violence. Dead people get kicked in the profits. Inverted totalitarianism. He had a terrible vision. Rappers been in danger since the beginning. He's in a dangerous species.
I'm taking no prisoners, it's going down. We run this shit, we run this town. All you can see when you look around, dead bodies on the ground, apocalypse. Checkmate, I'm coming for the crown, and I'ma take over everything around. I'm gunning, I'm coming to shoot you down, and no, you can't run apocalypse now.
I carry the crossbow, plucking niggas off like arrows, but no love. I just spread the plague for them dineros. First rider, spit that black widow spider. Penises are not a mode of transportation. Fucking dick rider. This rider, shit tied at the tits, fit inside of a corset. Tied with a tourniquet. Get live, but still burning like Rich Pryor. Big lighter, crack igniter. Incest the orgy if the Michelin man have sex with 6 tires. Time's up, young punk, make room for God's dogs. Halo over my pile of shit, sit it on your front yard. Airborne pathogens, malaria to Africans. Black death to Europeans, never cure to human beings. I make sure that you will see it. No segregation, extermination, courtesy of revelations. I will see the homeless Native American, no reservation. Resuscitation from a 33 of the 3rd degree Mason. You be fucking hookers, raw nation. Piss in the morning and start burning, that's what I call an overnight sensation.
I'm taking no prisoners, it's going down. We run this shit, we run this town. All you can see when you look around, dead bodies on the ground, apocalypse. Checkmate, I'm coming for the crown, and I'ma take over everything around. I'm gunning, I'm coming to shoot you down, and no, you can't run apocalypse.
Yeah, man, that shit is crazy.
Fire.
Hey, my brother just tapped in actually.
Over there, what up, Playboy?
What it do?
Damn, your real name came on here too.
Hey, you see my government? Got my government on there and shit.
I got the government on here.
It don't pop up.
It don't show on the
We're all good.
podcast.
We're all good.
No, right.
I was gonna say you broadcast my tax thing and shit.
Right. I'm gonna have some kind of credit cards in your name.
What's up, Razzie?
What's up with you?
Chilling, man.
That's
How you doing?
that's your real biological, huh?
Yeah.
Our name is even the same on the government. Name is even Yo, so everybody knows. This is my brother again. We had him on a previous episode, Poker Face. What up, my nigga? They have a relationship. Hey, why don't y'all talk about how y'all know each other? I know I kind of know, but run that.
Wait, you want to tell a story?
So, damn, I'm trying to remember exactly when we met. I know that on a few different occasions we had some interesting episodes.
I remember I was mad you was gonna beat up. Well, I don't even want to say his name now.
Yeah.
I've heard that story.
That was the worst part. He was innocent.
Oh, completely innocent.
Wow. Yeah.
So
y'all want to tell the story? What's going on?
Here's some backstory. You know what? To protect the innocent, we gonna call him
Jamal.
Alvin.
Okay,
Right.
cool.
It's not like Exhibit, so it can't be Alvin.
Oh yeah. Sorry, X.
It's not because it ain't Exhibit, but
No,
I just counted like it was.
But
Yeah, Razzie came in. He came in with a
Just
well-respected MC with him, and they rocked the show. We all came back to the crib and kicked it. You know what I'm saying? We had a great time, great night.
It's Farmdale. It's Farmdale.
It's Farmdale
Okay.
Estate. You know what I'm saying? And long story short, right? My wife's light skinned. She had a light skinned friend there, and they kind of resemble. And it was a wild night. You know, people moving around and whatnot.
Right.
And so this rapper who's yet not to be named, right?
Yeah.
He had a little sneak episode with my wife's light skinned friend, right? Who happened to be taking a nap in my bedroom at the time, right? And so on some real Three's Company type shit, you know what I'm saying? It ended up where he's like, yeah, you know, the light skinned girl that was in the back room. Yeah, I'm in with her. I got, you know, she shot a nigga a little action. I'm like, time out, nigga. What you mean the light skinned girl and talking about in my bedroom? You know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah, you know, I don't know. She let it happen. And so, you know, I'm on this nigga's head like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? And mind you, I am faded. I can speak for myself. I am extra faded. End of the night.
Look,
after
if it's Farmdale at that late, everybody faded, dude.
Right. You know what it is, right? So,
yeah.
So long story short, I'm in dude's face, and it just goes crazy, you know. And Razzie's like, hold on, time out.
He's so drunk he can't explain not your wife. It was just a bad look. So I for like more than a year was like, man, you get too drunk that you done went back there tried to holler at this dude's wife. He was innocent. He did not. He never did that, bro.
Come to find out, old girl was like, yeah, you know, what's up, little rapper nigga that was blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh, you the light skinned girl, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'll be damned. So I hit Razzie like, hey, you know, funny thing, there was a little misunderstanding.
Because I'm on his side. I'm like, yo, like you whack, homie. Like you know, Plano. I cut dude off because of that shit.
Oh shit. Okay.
Let's
talk about a better story than that. I mean, I know there's TMC. Y'all probably let's talk about something a little different than that.
No. You know, he's forgiven. Everything is good, man.
Yeah, I'm playing.
That was just a crazy, you know. Yeah,
it was a wild night.
That's
one episode.
Kind of stories, man. Just life, rapping and tapping, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man, well, look, while we here where everybody can hear, you know what I'm saying? There's not too many MCs on the planet, you know, that I had to take my hat off and take 2 steps back when they grab a microphone, you know what I'm saying? And Ras Kass is the elite, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
man, you spit, and this nigga, if he reaches for the microphone, you need to shut the fuck up and go ahead and let him do what he's doing, and then recalibrate and decide if you want to try to follow that or if you just want to rap on the next one. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So just, you know, I got nothing but love and respect, man. I don't have a whole lot of heroes, and you know, when I listen to Ras Kass, it puts me in that frame of mind, like, I got to do better, nigga.
Hey, man, for real. There's one thing I wanted to say before this is over, bro. Hey, Ras, I met you one time, and you probably won't remember it, and it was horrible. But I'm gonna tell you, just real quick, not that bad. I'm at Pompeii Freedom in Tempe. I don't know if you remember that club. It was Pompeii, and then it was Freedom. And I'm with my homies and shit. You about to do a show. The show was fucking incredible, right?
Okay.
And I was first time I ever saw you. I'm excited. But I go upstairs. There was that upstairs part. And I'm like, oh, there's Ras Kass. I'm a young MC. I'm 20, I think. I don't think I was supposed to be in that motherfucker, right?
Wow.
And I walk up and I'm like, hey man, let's get a cipher off right quick. You know, it's freestyle or something. Yo, your security hit me in my chest so hard. He was like, no, sir. No, nigga. And you looked at me, you was like, nah, not right now, bro. I'm like, cool, or something like that. It was cool. But it was the funniest shit, because later on, after that, I was like, that was probably the wrong fucking way to approach. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
But yeah, that's funny as hell to me, because that's the only time. No worries. I get it. I approach totally wrong. I approach Eve the same fucking way. Same shit. The security like, no, nigga, no, nigga.
Yeah, can I just rapped? Can
Right.
I drink some
That's
water?
all. But I wasn't mad. I wasn't mad. It was all love, man. And you had a thick team around you. I should have thought about it. You know what I'm saying? But
I got my one Ras Kass story. I mean, we've actually interacted multiple times, but my one story is the first time that I saw you in Milwaukee personally. I think you were on tour with Imperfect. I'm pretty sure you were on tour with Imperfect. I tried super hard to get on the show, but all the people that threw that show in Milwaukee don't fuck with me. They just don't. Like Milwaukee cats, they don't fuck with me for whatever reason. But I remember going to the show. We talked it up at that point in time. I was added on. I got to do a joint with you on a record at that point, and I remember passing you a CD. We chopped it up for a little bit, and then I remember 3 Card Molly. You had people come up and rhyme, and I was like, man, I wanted to rock this show so bad, man, and it's like my favorite beat. But then literally after that, he calls me up to freestyle with him over the Golden Child shit. So I was all good.
Yeah.
So that's my main story. I never forget that shit. And I remember rocking the crowd. You did your verses from Golden Child. You had me come up there and rock a little verse. And still though, every time you've come here, they never let me get on the set, man. Hurts my feelings.
Hey, well, shit. While we talking, I remember rocking with Razzie at Martini Ranch out here and Last Exit Live on stage, man. Good times. We rocked the 3 Card Molly joints and some other freestyle. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you.
Adventures, man.
What'd you say?
I said we have many adventures.
Man, many. Matter of fact, when are you back?
I was just out there, but I didn't. I know you were being a Papa Smurf. So
yeah. Oh, to my beautiful niece. Yo, so what's your Phoenix connection? Like, how did you start going? I know you seem to love Phoenix, man. Like, so.
Because Nick and them, Cello and them.
Okay.
Because which is Exhibit. He went to school. He grew up with like in what you call them, and not Phoenix, in New Mexico, and what you call them. So
Albuquerque.
In Albuquerque. So then when Nick moved over there, we pull up on Nick. Yeah. So and from there, I feel like I kind of met everybody from those times. It just kept expanding, and then you meet some crazy girl you want to hang out with, and shit evolves.
Jamie J or like that.
Jamie J, crazy ass.
She's
still in LA, ain't she?
Yeah, she's coming back.
You talking about Jamie?
Here.
You talking about Jamie?
Moving out here in May.
Hey, love Jamie. Hi, baby girl. If she sees this.
Crazy old. What is Jamie Jackson? Yeah.
That's
yeah. So and now we got Kilroy and them. So they got the studio over there. So
shout out Kilroy 503 for sure.
Yeah, man. So we just networking and building. Green Lantern shouts out, floats in and out sometimes a little bit. So it's apparently I got a lot of friends moving out there now. A lot of LA people are moving to.
Are people leaving LA like that?
Huh?
Pandemic shit. People leaving LA.
I don't know if it's the pandemic. It just maybe just better quality of life. So J-Ro just moved to Arizona too from Alcoholic. So
okay, yeah. Shout out to the Licks, one of my favorite groups ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got some tour stories with the Licks, boy. I tell you, that's another podcast. That's a whole nother podcast.
I'll set it up. Make sure y'all get bro to the J on here with Tash. They
hey, help us get them on here, man.
I
know
will.
What I'm saying? I would love to have the Licks on here. You know what I mean?
Fuck yeah.
Word up. Yo, man, I know you pressed the time. You in the studio. I don't want to take too much. I don't know what you got going on, but
Yeah.
is there any sneak peeks you can give us on what you're working on though? At the
Right
studio?
now, the biggest thing that I can tell you is the Horseman album is done. It's not like getting it done. I stand 100% behind it. It's 13. Is it 13? It's 13 record. Like it's called The Last Ride.
Okay.
Because I call it our debut finale album. But nah, man, it's something special. We had to, at least for the business, we had to close this chapter of our journey to open up some new other chapters. So I'm excited, man. It's I think a few people, have heard it said that, hip hop needed this. And so I'm really excited that hopefully it gets the right exposure, because I think it is, from what everybody collectively in general is doing, nobody's doing what we're doing. And I think it may really be a true timing is everything. What hip hop needs. It may be a really refreshing breath of air, breath of fresh air. So no, man, I'm just excited about it. We'll, I don't want to put timelines on it, but within the next, it'll come out within the next 2 months. I mean, we're just setting up and trying to make sure that, videos are done right and and all that shit. But it's just done, man, and the artwork, like just the whole visual side of it,
that's crazy,
incredible.
Who did that artwork? Shout them out right quick, yo.
Oh yeah, my man Gifted Glitch, man. So he's in charge. He's our graphics guy, and he's just really he's doing all the animation. Like we this project will be a lot of I wanted to do more, animation. I think that it's about the characters in the Bible, the biblical characters, and us becoming them. I didn't want to do just a whole bunch of battle raps, I wanted to make conceptual records. I kind of thrive with concepts, as I like the nature of the threats and the interview with the vampires and the TV guides and the, I like, give me something to write about, and then let's see how dope we can nail that idea. So we really excited.
We got a real cold concept joint in the vaults that I'm gonna drop on the world pretty soon. Me and Raz got a fire joint.
That's what's up. So how does last question, if it's okay. How does Four Horsemen come about? Who hits who? You know what I'm saying? Because that's an all-star lineup. So it's like, how the fuck does that happen? And a range of MCs, obviously. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, I mean, it all started from the Windy Day.
One track.
No, it started from she had a battle.
Okay.
She used to have something called the Rap Olympics. Rap Coalition had something called the Rap Olympics.
Yeah.
A lot of people were supposed to have teams, obviously Eminem, whatever. But at this particular stage, like around 99, 2000-ish, Redman was supposed to have a team, Wu-Tang was supposed to have a team, whatever. So it was supposed to be these 4-man teams. So me and Corrupt were already a team. Me and Cannabis were already a team. Priest, Corrupt wanted a team, and he wanted Cannabis and Priest.
Okay.
And then when he called me and asked who was on my team, because it's a 4-man team, so I felt like me, Biz, and I felt like Rupp. I didn't know who our fourth person would be, but like, I felt like between us three, niggas was gonna have a problem. We was gonna probably take on the battle. So, and not all with signed and unsigned people, but the whole shit was to make it worthwhile. That signed and top ranked A-list niggas was gonna do it too. So everybody had something to lose. Like, I'm gonna burn you down. Like that was the whole shit. And back then everybody was, just RZA razor sharp, as RZA would say. But, when Corrupt found out that I had a team with Cannabis already, he's like, well, fuck my team. I'll just be on y'all team. And then And then I feel like Cannabis was like Priest's his guy because they battled each other before, and me and Rupp didn't really know Priest that well, but I mean I was familiar with Heavy Mental. I was like, yo, he's insane. So then we got together and we ended up practicing maybe, or we just all hung out once, getting ready for that battle, which everybody pulled out, all the signed artists pulled out. So it just wasn't worth it for us all signed artists to battle a whole bunch of unsigned MCs.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we ended up hanging, we ended up recording, and that was the beginning of it.
Was that first song that we hear on? Was that a Clue tape? That
Probably.
Was the first song you had, yeah. I think it was.
Yeah, probably.
Is that how that happened?
Yeah, it was very, very innate, very natural.
Organic, yeah.
I feel like the first thing was either on Clue tape or it was, Cannabis's record. Whoever
I
had
forget.
it.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I forget. I probably should have my research better, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, man. So we just it was very natural, and we just never could execute, for one reason or another, bootlegging, bad management, taking bad advice. We just couldn't get the records done. So this time, they allowed me to kind of executive produce it, and so I won't take all the credit, but I will take the blame on this album. So we'll see what happens. I mean, for real, they allowed me to streamline and get all this shit together. And so, I'm willing to take the criticism. I feel like we did a great job. We'll see what the world says. But, again, I'll take the blame. I will definitely won't take all the credit. But I think we're gonna get a lot of credit as opposed to blame. That's what I think.
Word. But that's just stop, Cat. Stop, Cat. God damn it.
Hi, Razzie.
How are you? Congratulations.
Hey, man, but I know you said 45 minutes, man. You gave us an hour and a half, and man, I 100% appreciate it. I don't know if Danku told you, man, today's my birthday, so this is like fucking heaven to me, man. I appreciate you so much.
Happy birthday, Ram.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, man, we're just going to end it there, man. Like I said, I really appreciate you. I'm going to let you go because you gave us double.
Hey, always good to see you, Razzie.
Good to see you, too. I'm pulling up on you. I'm going to call you when I get out there.
My man, I'm
going to be out there like 2 or 3. Like 2 or 3 weeks, probably about 3.
Okay.
All right, I'll be there. No,
right. Be good, too.
Yeah. Peace,
hey,
man.
Be safe, brother.
You.
Thank you.
All right. Birthday, Ram.
Thank you. Pick Apart the Passion podcast. Y'all already know what it is. Love it. Let's go.
Pick apart the passion. Pick apart the passion. Pick the passion. Pick passion. Pick apart the passion. Pick apart the passion.